Hey everyone, this is my review slash thoughts for Sailor Moon Crystal, episode 7. In this episode, we got to learn about Mamoru, or Tuxedo Mask. This time, like, the last episode was about him more or less desperately searching for the Silver Crystal. This one is about, it was about his backstory. If you noticed by now, like, all the character introductions, they've been more or less not so much their backstory. Well, this has been each character introduction has been more or less about their backstory in their current life. So, the present, while things are going on now. And Mamoru is no different in that. But one thing different about his story so far is that, for the most part, it's tragic. More or less, like it's like the original manga and the '90s anime. This was about the only thing they adapted right was the fact that he went for a ride with his parents. Although they didn't mention it was his birthday in the '90s anime, um, and they, driving, they got run off the road, and he was the only one that survived. But he had lost his memories. He had wondered why he was the only one still alive. You know, so it was a big mystery to him. And then he started having a dream about a princess asking him to get the legendary silver crystal. So, so this is where we finally learn, like, okay, that's why he's searching for it, because he believes that if he gives it to his princess, she can somehow bring back all his memories, make him remember who he was. And then he tells so he's telling Usagi this whole story. She just found out he's Tuxedo Mask. Like, as obvious as it was, she was and thinking because she sees him as a jerk, as just Mamoru Chiba, which it's funny because he made little sarcastic comments toward her, like about her hairstyle being bumps in the first episode and things like that. But afterwards, he's been nothing but nice to her, and she knows she likes him, but she has no idea why. But now that she knows he's Tuxedo Mask, it puts things into perspective for her a bit more. So, this was the first half of the episode where she finds all this information out, and he asks her to keep his reasoning and stuff a secret, which she promises to do. And he questions himself, like, why did I tell her that? Like, he trusts her, but at the same time, he feels like, why do I trust her? Like, this is so strange to him. And then the second half, we're learning a bit about the Dark Kingdom. Like, now they believe that Sailor Moon knows where the Silver Crystal is. So, they decide to capture her. Zoisite comes up with this elaborate scheme using a DVD rental shop called, I guess, DVD Dark or Dark Rentals, something like that. And the whole town goes crazy after watching a few movies, basically going, I need to find the secret identity of Sailor Moon. I need to find out where's Sailor Moon. So all this is going on. The girls are like, oh my god, people are getting crazy. They think they're finding Sailor Moon. Even at school, like Umino, you could tell he wasn't acting like his normal self. Because normally he comes up with some elaborate explanation about something going on. But this time he was like, I'm gonna find Sailor Moon before anyone else. And it creeps around even Usagi, which this is one of those comical moments because they find ketchup or some sauce on Usagi's face, and she doesn't even know it's there. But that moment was kind of funny. So while all this is going on, Sailor Moon's like, oh my god, where do I go find some peace? And she kind of prays to herself, like saying, Mamoru or Mamoru-chan, please give me strength. She transforms, and to show everyone that, hey, I'm right here. Uses moon healing escalation, and everyone's like, huh, what was I doing? I need to get home. Then Zoisite comes out and attacks her afterwards. Hoping that he finds the silver crystal with her, or finding the location from her. And at this point, he attacks, I guess, all the other girls, so they're all like knocked down. They're either unconscious or they're just. But either way, the point is they're incapacitated because they can't seem to help Usagi or Sailor Moon when she needs it. And Usagi realized that because she's not known for being physically strong, she's known for being magically strong. So she realizes that she can't break herself free. So she's hoping Tuxedo Mask comes to the rescue. To which he does. Which is kind of a surprise. Like, obviously it's no big shocker to people that know Sailor Moon very well, myself included, but in the story it is, and he has no special power, so it's not like they can sense him. So he was able to punch Zoisite, which frees Usagi from his chokehold. And then Zoisite, makes this big crystal, plans to kill Tuxedo Mask, to which Sailor Moon intervenes. And then Zoisite turns his attention to Sailor Moon. And she gets saved by Sailor V, which ends in the cliffhanger that we're going to be introduced to the next Sailor. And the last one to join the group for this story arc, anyway. And it's just like, wow. It's like things are getting intense. Now, by this point, I'm pretty sure that Jadeite and Nephrite were dead, and Zoisite was either attacked and still like decaying or disintegrating or whatever, or had just died by this point in the manga. And if not, it was the next chapter, and then they were gonna face Kunzite next. So Zoisite should be decaying or disintegrating, if not being dead already in the manga. But in the crystal, they've kept them all alive. And my guess is this is what's going on to, give them their backstory so that we can all see their backstory unfold. And it happens while they're alive. Because for the most part, we know that everyone was reborn, and I'm keeping this episode specific, but if Sailor Moon and her team and Tuxedo Mask were all reborn, then all the villains had to be reborn too. So I think story development here, like plot development, I say was like a 5 out of 5. I give the episode a 9 out of 10. It had great animation. There were parts where they could have done a little better, but it wasn't horrible by any means. We gotta learn about Tuxedo Mask, and then we got a cliffhanger showing that the next Sailor is going to be coming into the story, which means we're almost close to the end of this arc already. Anyway, I enjoyed it. The battle was good. It wasn't too much action, but it was something. And the next episode was what I'll talk about in the next video. Anyway, comment, rate, do whatever. Have a nice day, y'all. Bye.